the financial resources for the participants to win. And also the Startup Hub, which is where I'm from, part of the Greater Green Bay Chamber. Startup Hub is our entrepreneur ecosystem leader, where people come to start a business. We're the front door to the entrepreneur ecosystem. So, and I am speaking way too fast, so I'll slow down for everyone that can't understand me. So I want to touch on 3 items first. First off, the Startup Hub. Secondly is the Urban Hub, and then the Tundra Angels. You'll hear more on all 3 of these tonight. At each intermission, I'll come back up, tell you a little bit about the Startup Hub, what we do, and how we can help your businesses grow. Lamar will come up in a little bit, and he'll give you a rundown on the Urban Hub, which is this amazing space that we are in. You can sign up with Lamar later. Make sure you do. And then the Tundra Angels, where we'll have Matthew come up, and he'll update you on what they're doing and how you can be involved with them. How the event's going to go. So obviously this is the opening. If you couldn't tell, this is the opening. And then we're going to have the pitch people start. We'll have them come up one by one. We'll try to wrap it up about 7:20 or so. And then the judges will go into deliberation. Why are they going back, you ask? Because we are announcing a 3rd prize tonight. It is the judge's choice. So what that means is the judges will make a unanimous decision on a 3rd place. That place can be based on a variety of factors, but they will make that decision unanimously, and then at the end, we'll come back right around 7:30. We'll announce first, second, and the Judges' Choice Awards, and then we'll also do networking right after that. All good? All good. So I want to introduce the judges. First off, starting on the one side, we have Steve Yonke with Mission, Wisconsin. We have Dr. Preston Cherry from Concurrent Financial Planning. We have Anna Steinfest, AFF Research. Corey Benke from LiveX. I probably butchered your last name. And then Joe Bashta from Axicor. Australian Thunder from Down Under, another one. We're back, woohoo! We're taking over. And what I mean, you'll see another lady coming. So, thank you to all of our judges for being able to help out tonight. We truly appreciate it. And the process tonight. So we're going to keep it fast and furious. So 4-minute pitch. There will be a hard cutoff at 4 minutes. After that, there'll be 2 minutes of Q&A. The questions will only come from the judges. If any of the crowd has questions, please see each individual participant after the end of the show. They will be all hanging around to be able to talk to, so please ask your questions at that time. There will be up to a 2-minute changeover to allow the judges to finalize their scores and to allow us to get ready for the next presenter. Are we all good? Moving on. So we're going to get started as we want to be conscious of everyone's time. So I'm going to welcome up Dallas from Use Me App.
Hi, everyone.
On the X.
Oh, on the X. All right. Has the class started? Are we good? Okay. All right. Thank you all. And bye. Thanks, everybody. I struggle with a speech impediment. I'm sure that a lot of the audience has their own struggles. It might be kids. It might be finding customers. It might be your family. The point is, everybody struggles. And in that struggle is when ideas are formed and success is built. Yep. So the Use Me app is trying to fix the struggle of building a stronger customer base through donations. Currently, last year, $450 billion were donated by corporations, foundations, and Americans. This is an exciting market for Use Me to take advantage of. On top of that, so our application is a very simple process. We currently have a partner with the United Way and Ground Round. And how it works is that restaurant creates a campaign, a cheeseburger, that they'll put it onto our application. Our end user purchases that cheeseburger, and the cost is split. So a portion goes to the nonprofit, and a portion goes to that local restaurant. This is awesome because 90% of all businesses donate to a nonprofit. And that's a $450 billion market. So this is a huge niche. We're excited about it. On top of that, if you think, the reason I like the idea so much is because the business can donate and get. The customer is tied to that purchase. Think of Amazon Smiles, feeding the hungry, Tom's shoes. All of them have a similar style and marketing style that you buy it and you give some. The third part is the nonprofit has a new avenue for people who might not want to write a big check. They can earn as they go. We believe this is a win-win-win solution for all small businesses and big businesses. On top of this, if you're interested in learning more, please check out our website at www.usemeapp.com. That's a good place to get connected and figure out how your business can win. The last thing I'll say is everybody struggles. A small business creates a product to fix that struggle. A customer purchases to get rid of their struggle, and a non-profit aims to fix a social struggle. Our application, Use Me app, is aiming to fix that entire process. We're truly buying the now for a better future, and everybody wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Dallas. Any questions from the judges?
I have a question. What is your competition?
My
Your competition.
competitions.
Yes.
So it would be local fundraisers. You could even argue some of the coupon markets like Groupon. Fundraisers is an amazing market because it's not necessarily non-profit, but it does open up the same channels of service.
So you don't have anything like an app yet on the market?
We just kicked the app off to get started and built like 2 weeks ago.
So there is no competition, like an app competition to you at this point?
Correct.
Okay. The reason for me, I mean, this is very intriguing because you'll be collecting a lot of data, which will be based on the artificial intelligence, which pretty much will be reading, you know, and utilizing some of this data. I mean, I think it's awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
How could a business that already has a revenue-generating for-profit model in existence with a foundation that they run to make sure that the revenues, so how could they leverage your app as well?
You know, I'm reading a book called Grant Cardone 10X, and he talks about omnipresence. I think this just offers an opportunity to expand in the marketplace. Additionally, that nonprofit is trying to funnel people to those local spots because the more people buy, the more the nonprofit has. Anything else?
Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I think just as a comment, I like it because it has stickability. The consumer comes back and the business wins and the social aspect of it. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Dallas. Next, we've got a 2-minute wait while the judges finalize some paperwork, and then we'll have someone next coming up.
I kept looking at yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Time to move on. So we're going to have Kevin from Captain Quesadilla come up. So please welcome Kevin.
Tonight there's a family that's struggling to eat. There's a child that's struggling to learn. And there's people that are facing health issues just because they can't put food on the table. You know, hunger is a huge problem in Wisconsin and in this country. And Captain Quesadilla is joining that fight. How are we doing that? We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to feed your superpower with our food truck. Our food truck mission is actually partnered with the Feeding America. And for every quesadilla that we sell, we're giving a meal to Feeding America to help fight this pandemic. And to date, we actually are donated about 1,600 meals so far, and we're off to an alarming start. So one of the things that we've done is we just really had the ability to kind of capitalize on a few different things. Me personally, I'm big into being creative, optimistic, and really have the ability to be super resilient. I've struggled with my own health issues with having hemophilia. I got a brace on my right foot. For 15 years, I couldn't run, and I found a way to fight through those goals and fight through the ability to accomplish those and run finally. And through that mission and purpose, I've kind of infused all of my traits, lessons I learned from my mom and dad, and just trying to grow Captain Quesadilla through catering events, through through the ability to have events, catering, as well as the ability to kind of create a quality product, bring people together, as well as kind of make the customer the hero. It's not Captain Quesadilla donating; it's every customer that's being generous in their walk, and also promote superpowers to live by, and not only that, have some fun with our mascot, with our message. Every time that somebody orders a quesadilla, it kind of is embodied by our powers, our superpowers: loyalty, kindness, and then speaking of a little bit of loyalty, I wanted to share this with you. This is our crowd favorite. This is s'mores. So we have customizable options, and I hope you enjoy that. And so one of the things that I wanted to share with you is just our Captain Quesadilla, the mascot. He's kind of filled with, he's our director of happiness, but he's filled with gratitude and compassion. And I wanted to share a little bit of our future expansions. We have a lot of things that we're working on in terms of the community, not just the food truck, but having the mascot out there and having him say, ring the bell or go visit to the Children's Hospital, really kind of bringing smiles to people's faces. And it's something that we're also looking at. We'll be launching a book in January, and then also we're going to be partnering with locally sourced ingredients in spring. And then next year, we plan on rolling out more of a franchise model. So we want to think big picture in terms of how can we impact not only our community, how can we scale this to other communities to not only inspire other business owners, but also other other communities that are struggling with hunger as well. Thank you.
Any questions from the judges?
So before you franchise, you want to prove the model. So how long have you been running this model?
So this model, we ran it for one season with our current food truck. We're going to run it one more season.
Okay.
Yep.
Within the Green Bay region?
Within the Green Bay area.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Kevin, I applaud you for your mission-driven company because you know your mission, you know your why, and you're going after that. I mean, that's amazing.
Well,
that's awesome.
Thank you, Anna.
Are you looking to trademark the quesadilla or quesadilla?
That's the right idea. Yeah, absolutely. Because we're going to be marketing in this and licensing it, and we have a lot of different things that we want to do, like branding, merchandising, partnerships.
That's great.
Get some animation going.
Oh, that's great. Looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Right now, you mentioned that you have like books. You'll be launching a book, but do you do anything on social media? How do you advertise? Is it just only with your truck, or because I have not seen it, so that's why I'm like curious.
Yep. Yeah. So we're on Instagram, TikTok. We plan on really being full scale. I mean, we need to really amp up our marketing message.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Round
you.
of applause.
How are they doing with financials, so to speak? Maybe we can ask them.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes.
I could sing, but you don't want to hear that.
I'm still asking questions more pertaining to these areas a little bit. Yeah, to try to get some more feedback on these areas. Yeah, right. Yes, we got
Welcome back. So we're going to be moving on to IET Ballistics. This is T. Sims.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. I have addressed an epidemic that has plagued our households across the nations for decades, and more so now than ever before. We are improperly secured firearms. As a kid, I was a snooper. If we were playing cops and robbers, if we were playing hide and go seek, or if I was just even helping my mom put away the laundry. But it's hide and go seek. Hide and go seek in that closet. There are an estimated 4.6 million children that lives in homes with at least one firearm that is unlocked and that is loaded. I've come with a secure firearm case that helps you stores firearms and your ammunition very easily. And that is called the couch. If you are a new firearm owner, if you're a collector, or if you're an avid hunter, if you're pro, or if you know, we all have something in common, and that is keeping our kids and our firearms safe. I currently have a website for online sales because I am a federal firearms licensee, so most of my sales and the notoriety go through the website and social media. I have patent pending in 7 countries. There are some distributor opportunities with the distributors that I am currently working with, but I currently just offer those online.
Thank you. Round of applause. Questions from the judges?
Yeah, I have a question. So do you custom build each case, or do you have like a spec of cases and then you do custom building as well?
I custom build the cases per spec. I have a fabricator that helps me with the fabrications. Right now, you can have a template, and I send you the template with the purchase of the case. You draw the firearms out, and we currently cut to personalize your case.
Got it. And then my only question is, so is your goal to see kind of what default cases sell so that you can fabricate something that is a little bit more standardized? Or are you always trying to be custom with the cases?
I'm always trying to be custom.
Okay.
I want to meet the need of the customer.
So do you have any testimonies of cases you've sold where it's saved a life or prevented a child?
I'm in the very early production stages right now, but the feedback that I'm getting is a little overwhelming because it's like going to Great America, getting ready to get on a roller coaster, and you're by yourself. So I'm on a roller coaster by myself.
Right.
So this is something that I uniquely identify with. I feel like you're solving more of a transportation problem for those that, for firearms enthusiasts that like to go to the range versus a safety issue. Because one of the problems, when you go to the range, you do range days, is transporting all of your firearms and the ammunition. Usually it's several different Pelican cases, the ammo cans, all that stuff. And with this product, you've created something where it is a single source. You can roll it out like in your video, and I think that solves more of a problem than the safety. I understand the safety
Absolutely.
piece, but I feel like you could make a segment into the transportation side of it as well as a strong
Sure.
marketing play.
Yep.
Thank you. We're going to hear from Lamar a little bit about the Urban Hub.
How's it going, everyone? I want to start with just giving everyone, I want all of us to give the presenters tonight a round of applause, because it can be, it's not easy. It's not easy doing what they're doing. Some of them have experience, but it's still the first time. It's just like, oh, all these people looking at me. What do I say? My name is Lamar Banks. I am the Urban Hub Community Manager, and I oversee this space right here in the Rail Yard Innovation District. Also, the Urban Hub is a co-working space as well as a programming hub. So as far as co-working space, just some of the amenities that we have is our boardroom. We have our 3 call rooms. There's 2 different types of memberships to offer. It's the shared membership as well as the dedicated desk membership, which we actually are running a promotion right now, $149, so $149.99 a month. So please come talk to me after. Gotta go quick. I only got 2 minutes. So we also have the small meeting room, 2 exclusive offices, and then this presentation space you're sitting in. So this presentation space has been heavily used. In the last 4 or 5 months, I had about like 22 different types of events. So different types of board meetings, pitch contests, children's business fair, everything. So it's for the community. I want this place to be a space for the community, not just a practical place to work, because you can do that at home or a coffee shop. I always say that. So not trying to be the next big thing or rework, but maybe a smaller version of it. So
Thank you to Lamar. Next, we are going to hear from the divorcist. My fellow Aussies, Aussie one. That's why the X's. So please welcome them up and they'll get started.
Okay, so we're going to start with an awkward question. Who here has been heartbroken? Yep. Yeah. Oh, yep. And who here has broken someone's heart? Yeah. I know you, Steve. Yeah, we know.
When my husband broke my heart and we got divorced, I had a 7-month-old son, and I also had postpartum depression. It was the worst. And even though I had very supportive friends and family, I didn't know where to turn, and neither did they.
And when I was 22, had bangs, and had just split from my first live-in boyfriend, I had $12 in my savings account and didn't even know where to begin starting from scratch.
And that is why the world needs Divorcist.
So 88% of engaged couples used a wedding registry in 2019. Millennial couples live out their relationships online. From the moment they've swiped left to the moment they move in, everything is put on the internet. They're going to expect similar tools to be available to them at that relationship's end.
Divorcist is here to create a new category of gift registry. We aim to make the site that should have existed or that I needed to exist when I needed it, but it didn't exist. We want to make divorce and breakups a respected and dignified stage of life. So it's like a traditional registry. You choose the products that you need as a newly single person. Maybe you need a toaster, or you might need a cash fund, which is also an option. And then you share that with your friends and family. And we have two diverse revenue streams. Our first is traditional online sales, and the second is because we are creating an audience that is going to be attractive to advertisers. Items sold on Divorcist are sold at a traditional markup and then drop shipped to our customers.
And with our content that's full of expert advice and personal stories about going through divorce and breakups, we've added a layer of monetization. We already have 18 brand partners, such as Care.com, Bev, and Trust and Will, lined up to work with us. It's still me. But we understand that the newly single customer is not like the getting married customer. And that's why we have advanced privacy and security features built into our product. A lot of people don't know this, but if you're in an abusive relationship, the riskiest time is after you've left. So that's why we have a motto to build for the most vulnerable user first. We know if they are being met by our tool can meet everyone's needs. Our business has room to grow. We're starting with the gift registry. Next year, we're launching a forum. And after that, we launch our first app.
Nothing like Divorcist exists. When I was up in the middle of the night Googling how the heck do I co-parent with a narcissist, this is the site I would have chosen and turned to. And my family, desperate for ways to help, who sent me all the articles in the world, would have chosen this site as well.
I have over 10 years in marketing and tech for nonprofits.
And I'm the vice president of marketing for a manufacturing company here in Green Bay.
We want to make sure that this works for the Fox Valley, not Silicon Valley. So that's why we've tailored our investment strategy to meet the needs of our own community. The site is built, our beta is launching, and we're ready to go.
Come talk to us.
Thank you. Any questions from the judges?
So I have a bunch. Not saying I've ever used the app, but isn't it swiping right? Doesn't that start the relationship?
Which one?
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Shoot, yeah. You know, you get in the mood. Yeah, you just kind of muscle of memory. Just like, yeah.
I think your presentation was very good. It answered a lot of questions up front. The content was great. You delivered it really well, and it's a very unique idea.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, great.
So I have a question, I'm sorry. I'm always, I apologize if I'm taking all your time here. I know that you mentioned that you had some vendors you already have communicated. What about having like psychologists or psychiatrists as a hotline? Because I think that's the first step.
Yes.
For
Our
a lot
dream
of
is
people.
to get subject matter experts, so
Awesome.
psychologists, psychiatrists, child development,
Awesome.
and family lawyers.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
yes.
that's what my mom kept sending me from psychology
Yes,
today. So
yes, and yes.
we can do better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Beth and I, via marketing, we also have really strong journalism backgrounds.
Awesome.
So the integrity of our content is something we hold very sacred.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
I know, but I wanted the end. After that, I will see over here. At the end, I'll do it. So that might change. Yes, that's fine.
I've been doing too.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like.
already have a partnership with content.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to ask that question, but I've never heard of you, so I'm registering. That's very good. Yeah.
I mean, that one was good. I mean, it's an answer to that.
You won't be off.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't already exist.
I'll give you a couple seconds.
Yes. I mean, the challenge I have is like, okay, in my head, I have different versions of how that you can scale with some of the businesses. So I'm like, okay.
Now I wish I could ask. I'm getting the hang of it now.
Thank you. Judges, all good?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. We're going to have Kelly come up from Exciting Gear.
So in the late 1920s, astronomers discovered the understanding that the universe is constantly expanding. So knowing this, I have no desire to take up space that is already occupied or aim for space where people already exist, because I think that I can build into space that has yet to exist at all. And my brand, Exciting Gear, builds right into space that I think needs to be taken up more. My brand is a cross of loungewear, streetwear, activewear, and also rock climbing gear, and currently offers hoodies, sweatpants, and chalk bags. I have some designs up here of the hoodies that I'm working on. I'm a screen printer and graphic designer as well, so I just wanted to go for something a little more unique, something you don't see super often, put the designs in different places and give a little variety, and also offer that on the sweatpants, just show something you haven't seen before necessarily, but not go too far into the rock climbing niche all the time with every design, give it a little more of a broad range. And then here is the chalk bag I made. I have it right here as well if you want to see it at all. And so basically, I found a pattern and then do custom creation, so colors, patterns. Really, if you're just looking for something that shows your personality, express yourself a little bit more with what you're wearing while you're going to the gym. And I wanted to make stuff that not only is fun and looks fun, but I actually enjoy the process of creating, because realistically, that's what this is all about, is creating exciting things and sharing in life's excitement. So given that, I also wanted to throw in a slide here with just some really awesome pics of nature, because I just think it's incredible that on this earth you get to experience all those different kinds of things and just see that and share that with people. And, you know, knowing that not every single day is promised and not every moment is good, you know, dealing with things here and there, but taking the times that you can, appreciate the good moments and the views and the people around you in the community is just really, really makes life worth it to me. And so this brand sure is, it's about comfort and feeling good in what you wear and using and feeling like you look good in what you're wearing and using, but it's about excitement and finding that with others that share those views and uplifting each other with what you do and what you wear and how you spend your time. And I want to find a group of people to share my brand with that feel that way and share in that excitement and build that community. And, you know, I think that mindset and sharing that with people allows me to love what I do as much as I do. And I think that that positivity and love I have for what I do really shows through in the products that I create. And I think that that offers a really, really positive impact on the people that are looking for those things. And I just think that, you know, there's a lot of hard things going on in the world and like a lot of bad moments that really get you down. And so anytime you can find the good or the happiness of the day, the joy in the day, you love something, you're like, that was great. Like, you should hold on to those moments. So that is what I want to share. I want to share excitement with people that are excited about life. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I know that there's a new climbing gym opening up in Schwabenau.
There is.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be over by City and District, and we've done some streaming for climbing, and climbing's really, really popular. So how many chalk bags have you sold?
Sold?
Are you selling them right now? Like you're
Yes, I haven't sold a lot. You know, there's a small climbing community in Green Bay currently, so I've sold some to different friends, probably 2 or 3 of them. I've made 2 of my own. If you guys want to see this at all,
and,
it's
are
got
you
a
currently
little,
are you currently offering that on social and a website?
Yes, I have. My strongest presence right now is on Instagram, and I do a lot of sharing of the process of like creating each item and kind of how it goes along and as the brand builds.
Gotcha.
Right now.
Cool.
It's a little bit messy because I've used it. There's chalk all over the place, but
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Production. So, how do you go about producing the chalk bags and your apparel?
So the apparel, I'm working on finding a more set area or place to source the sweatpants, hoodies, and future clothing that I want to print on. But I've just been buying, you know, the right kind of clothing I'm looking for at like Target, and then I screen print at home in my basement. And I also sew. I have a sewing machine, so I buy the fabric and I have the pattern, and I make the chalk bags from scratch by hand. I also like to thrift the material because repurposing anything you can and reduce, reuse, recycle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She showed off more of her process in her presentation. Like you could tell she needs this, but it's like that's the magic. Like I make this stuff. You know? Yeah. No, customizing that's a big deal.
Welcome back. Judges moving a little bit quicker tonight, so we're going to get moving on. We're going to have Mohammed come up and talk about SEO webmasters.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thanks so much. All right, guys, I wanted to talk to you today about Metaverse 5. Metaverse 5 is an idea that started out in 2011. I was going through a technology academy, and all of a sudden my teacher was prompted to go on a vision quest. And then he went there, and he came back 6 months later saying that, hey, I had a vision, the world is going to this virtual place and everything is going to change, and I need you guys to help create this virtual platform. And we thought the whole thing was crazy, but we had no choice. We had to do it. So my teacher started out by deriving his idea from Sims, Open Sims, Third Rock, Second Life, I believe. Those were the only platforms that were available at that moment. And he started out by building the first grid, and then he had us a system by employing all the other developers from like 30 of us from the world. So we assisted him in building this grid. We created worlds, we created the landscape, the architecture, and in fact, I even built my own store. I linked it to my physical store in the outside world. We conducted meetings in world, and it was just ahead of his time, and that was 2012. So at that moment, it was when we introduced it to the world, nobody, we didn't know what to do with it, so we kind of just left it at the back burner. So now fast forward to the future, when COVID hit, all of a sudden the whole world is in this virtual world, and all of a sudden my teacher's vision started to become into fruition, so we brought it back to life. So what is Matrix, it used to be Matrix 5, but we call it Metaverse 5 now. So what is it? It's basically a virtual world just like here. You navigate, you function, you do things just like you would do here. You can fly, swim, teleport, go underwater. It's real time, so you can work together. You can conduct in-world meetings. You could do games. Right now we created, like movie theaters, arcades, rooms, homes, shopping malls. So what's unique about it, we're employing the blended learning experience, which is combining two modalities of in-person and remote learning. Blended learning is an approach to education that combines online education materials and opportunities for interaction online with traditional place-based classroom methods. It requires the physical presence of both teachers and students with same elements of student control over time, place, path, or space. I know I'm out of time, so I'm just going to summarize this. In Matrix 5, we did a bunch of projects like NFT projects, augmented reality, entrepreneurship projects, content creation projects. Now, the most important thing about Matrix 5 is this concept right here, the gamification of education. This is where the future is going. Now, what is gamification of education? Is the utilization of game principles and elements in order to boost motivation, interest, and engagement. Now, what does that mean? When we make education rigorous, stressful, and not fun, we cause the student mesolimbic pathway to hashtag that experience as a non-beneficial activity to be avoided and not repeated. What does that mean? We took the fun out of school, and that's what's causing all these problems, dropouts, truancy, and all this. And for this reason, we are looking to adopt virtual world into educational school by employing gaming education in order to make it fun and also to bring technology to minority and excluded groups. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Stay there. Questions from the judges?
Is this a for-profit or non-for-profit?
Right now it's non-profit.
Okay.
So this would be an academy for youth to come to in order to have an alternative way of learning?
So, well, what it is it's a program where we're targeting youth between the ages of mostly, we'll say 14 to 18. It can be an extracurricular activity. We're mostly targeting groups where technology is not readily available for them, like women or people that may live in, disenfranchised environments or even third world country where they don't have the infrastructure. With Matrix 5 technology, we eliminate all those barriers, because we can remotely facilitate all this, and then we could use local teachers, if that's what we're going through the school route, to facilitate the physical, like management of things. And then on the remote side, we have all the experts to teach with all the technical side of things.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. we're going to have Matthew come up and tell you a little bit about Tundra Angels, which is I'll let him tell you all the fun and exciting stuff.
Hi. Hey everybody, my name is Matthew Key. I work for the Greater Green Bay Chamber. I'm the Startup Development Manager, and I also manage Tundra Angels, which is our angel investor group. Let me just say, this is amazing. Seriously, the energy from these 10 startups is just super, super exciting. So let's give them a round of applause just for being here. So a little bit of what I do is I was formerly a startup founder in all of their shoes, trying to raise venture capital for my financial technology startup. That was a 5-year journey, and so now I joined about 2.5 years ago, joined the chamber. Through that process, also started Tundra Angels, which is our angel investor group. We've got about 24 local accredited investors that invest in high growth companies, mostly technology based, and so. I'm super encouraged by all of this because these are exactly the kind of things that we need to have happening here because if you see myself, Ron, Lamar, we are all trying to get any entrepreneur on the path where they need to go. And so that could be the Urban Hub, the resources there that Lamar's providing. It could be with Ron, and he's way more than just his Australian accent, so don't be fooled by that. Just kidding, Ron. Or could be Tundra Angels. And so this is certainly a kind of a spectrum of resources that the Chamber offers, and so super happy to be a part of it. I guess I'll do another 20 seconds on Tundra Angels since I have the time. So our group has 24 local angel investors that invest in high growth companies. Our average investment is about $150,000, and we've invested in 5
and his
companies.
Time is up.
Oh, thanks, Ron. Wow.
And I know
I take back what I said about your Australian accent.
Thank you, Matthew, and his hair. I wish I had hair like that. I truly do. I would grow it out a little longer. Moving on, we're going to have Marissa come up with Blossom Baby.
Good evening, everyone. I am Marissa, and I'm the CEO of Blossom Baby. So can I get a show of hands or a head nod of how many people here are parents or grandparents of children under the age of 5? Okay. Thank you. So this is Maui Smith. She is a 5-month-old infant, and she wears 9-month clothing. So this means since birth, I've bought newborn, 0 to 3 month, 3 month, 3 to 6 month, 6 month, and now 9-month pajamas. And she grows so fast, she barely fits the 9-month pajamas now. So you see, I didn't say 6 to 9-month pajamas because she skipped a size. She grows so fast. And so the U.S. Department of Agriculture states that parents spend roughly $1,280 a year just on infant clothing. So the total addressable market, which some of you guys make it up, is 23.6 million Americans as of 2019. And so Carter's, Target, and Walmart and Children's Place have a huge market share in this industry. My business, Blossom Baby, plans to disrupt this industry by selling expandable baby clothing. So these pajamas cater to growth and messes better than the competitors because they have detachable booties that grow with your child. So this one pajama can fit your child from newborn to 1 year of age, and it's made of 100% organic cotton. So $20 is my manufacturing cost for one pajama, and I sell it for a retail price of $40. And so that leaves a net profit of $20. And so my call to action is a $50,000 crowdfunding campaign for brand building, marketing, and inventory, and ultimately a boutique. I'm the CEO, and I recently graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, and also participated in multiple world-renowned pitch competitions. And I'm also a mom. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. Any questions from the judges?
I think it's a great concept. Have you checked out the market in terms of competition?
Yes, I have. So I did a survey of about roughly 100 people, and the top 5 competitors are Carter's, Target, Walmart, Children's Place, and Burlington Coat Factory.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just wanted to clarify about the competition. You're talking about competition in terms of clothing, not in terms of your design. Am I correct?
Yes. This design disrupts the market because no one is selling expandable baby clothing. And so it's affordable, Carter's and all the other competition, but it's inconvenient to use. So Blossom Baby caters to the growth better than competitors. It's more sustainable. It saves grandparents and parents time shopping, and it also saves money spent overall on baby clothing.
That's awesome. Did you design it yourself?
No,
or?
I actually have a wholesaler, like a vendor, who I purchased it from. So my manufacturing cost is pretty low because I don't physically sew each pajama.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Do you currently market the product right now, like through a website? Or?
Yes, I have Facebook. It's just the name Blossom Baby. And I also have my website here, blossombaby.live, here.
Any other questions? Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.
If anyone wants to meet Marissa and her beautiful baby after, they are back there. Remember. After the last one. Welcome back. So we're going to move on. I'm going to have Nicole come up and talk about app ease. So welcome Nicole up, please.
How many of you have ever applied for life insurance? Raise your hand. And I want you to think about how long it took you from the time that you applied to the time that the policy was put in place. My name's Nicole Telat. I am the founder of Appies and a financial advisor by profession. One day you walk into my office, hands sweating, heart racing, kind of like mine is right now, and we decide that you're going to apply for life insurance. We submit the application to the insurance company, and in 1 in 4 cases, they decide that they want to pull your medical records to look at your health history. Unfortunately, that process takes a really long time. Today, the average is about 36 days, and a lot can happen in 36 days. You can become sick, you can become uninsurable, or worse, you could unexpectedly die, leaving your family without the protection that they need. As a financial advisor, I have 10 years of experience in the industry, several advanced industry designations, and I'm most proud of my 98% customer retention rate. It's also important to note that I have significant life insurance experience. A recent survey of financial advisors indicated that 83% have issues with medical record retrieval for underwriting. 67%, there's an average turnaround time of over 29 days. 50% have lost cases due to medical record retrieval taking so long, and 42% have actually recommended smaller policies because of this process. And my longest personal case took 4 months to retrieve medical records. Through Appies, we automatically transfer electronic medical records between medical providers and insurance companies for the underwriting of life, disability, and long-term care insurance applications and claims processing. This is the current process today. It doesn't matter much except to understand that it's clunky, it's time-consuming, there are multiple third-party vendors involved, and there's paper, fax, snail mail, just very archaic methods. And through Appies, we are streamlining this and making it a fully electronic process. What that results in is a reduction from an average of 36 days to 2 days, variable costs down to fixed costs, the formatting came through funny, but the average cost is reduced from $75 to $45 because we are utilizing APIs into electronic health record systems. So most of you have probably heard of Epic. They're out of Madison. And so we can access the medical records electronically instead of having to use the paper, fax, snail mail, and the archaic methods. Our future state, we also plan to expand into predictive underwriting, become a one-stop shop for insurance companies, getting into data analytics, and become a capability partner for medical records. Revenue model, it is a fixed pricing, so as I mentioned, we'll be moving from variable to fixed. And total addressable market, there are over 3,000 companies in the United States that utilize this process currently, and 24 million applications globally per year. We have significant ancillary markets in health insurance, and then we also have had some significant traction. We just finished our MVP. We're accepted and completed an accelerator and won a pitch contest. I think my time is up, but key part, do I have a moment? Yep. Okay, so we are seeking, I have a team that I've hired out for dev, but I'm seeking a technical co-founder, and we are pre-seed. About all of this will be completed with 500,000. We are also seeking 100 to 150, which would get us through our pilot. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Round of applause. Any questions from the judges?
So anytime you touch medical records, you know you have to be HIPAA compliant. So is that one of the things that you are or will be?
Yes, so our solution is HIPAA compliant, so we pull through pre-approved HIPAA compliant things. HL7 is something you might have heard of. We use HL7. It's accessing through FHIR and the FHIR standards and things like that. So, yep.
What percentage of total requests for data do you expect to capture first year and then projected growth over X number of years?
Yeah, so right now we are having really good conversation about a hopeful pilot. So we're projecting to pilot with 3 insurance companies within the next year. Growth is really, I mean, we need to scale. It's a problem. It's a good problem to have, right? There is one main competitor in the market right now, and they don't have much for market share either. This is brand new. It's a new process. So the scaling is pretty unlimited. We just have to be fast to do that.
So what's your expected number of usage in that first year with your, so like your pilot?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
so our pilot company, the one that we're talking with most seriously, they do 6,000 in a year, and they're a local company based out of Wisconsin, a smaller local company, I should say, too. So with 3 pilots, 15,000, if I had to put a number on it, would be a guess.
I got one question. Do larger companies, I mean, this seems like something that larger companies would want too. I mean, do they do this in-house?
No. So it's all outsourced right now for the most part. Occasionally, some underwriters will request their own records, but most of the time they're outsourcing to a third party, like an APPS or an EMSI. They're vendors that do this as a third party process.
how do you expect I imagine there's competitors in the paper moving market. How do you expect them to try to box you out through regulatory licensing and those issues in government?
Yeah, that's a good question. So recently, a lot of regulation came down on the use of electronic health records, so there are some pretty clear standards.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Welcome back. So we are well and truly ahead of time. So to bring it back down, I want to slow everything down. I'm going to stand up here and tell you all about my life starting at birth for like the next 35 minutes, and I know that's exciting for everyone. So no one? Okay. We'll move on then. So this is last but not least, we're going to have Zach come up and talk about Sativia building systems. Welcome up, Zach.
All right, well, hi, everyone. My name is Zach Popp, and I am the founder of Sativa Building Systems. So I'm going to go a little bit fast here, so just hang with me, okay? But 11 years ago, I moved into the home that I currently live in, and my youngest daughter at the time suffered through a winter of respiratory problems. We couldn't really find out the cause until one day I walk into her room, and I look at the bottom of the wall, and I see little black spots, and I see that that is black mold. And I tear into that wall. The whole inside of that wall is filled up with black mold. And I thought, okay, this is a real problem. But I wasn't sure if it was like a common problem. So I looked into it more, and I found out that 70% of all homes actually have significant mold problems. 28% of all people, according to the experts, are profoundly affected by mold. And I actually worked in home construction for 7 years. So I knew enough about the building process to know that the way we currently build homes is actually deficient. So the way we build right now is we're always trying to keep the moisture out. You're always trying to keep moisture out of the wall. But if moisture ever gets in, guess what's going to happen? It's going to mold and it's going to rot. So that's a real problem. And I thought, well, maybe there's a material. Maybe there's a material out there that is just more beneficial. Maybe there's something that doesn't rot, that doesn't mold, or at least will be breathable, that won't trap that moisture. I found it. I found the material. It's called hempcrete. So hempcrete, popularized in Europe, is a lightweight concrete alternative. And a lot of people haven't heard of it, but it's really big in Europe. Hempcrete has a lot of amazing benefits. I'm going to get into it a little bit, but it has two deficiencies, okay? So those two deficiencies are it does not have great compressive strength, and it does not dry out fast. If you were to pour hempcrete on a job site, it would take 6 to 8 weeks to dry out. That's a problem. So I thought, maybe we could build a product that has all the benefits of hempcrete, but none of those deficiencies. And that's what I came up with, and that's what I have here today, actually, with me. So this is, if I can get this to click, the Z-panel. So the Z-panel is a pre-dried block panel used to construct the walls of buildings. It is stackable. It interlocks with the studs on each side, and it interlocks with itself. So I'm actually going to have to reference my list because this list is going to be kind of unbelievable. But here's all the benefits of the Z-panel, all right? So it's non-toxic, breathable, vapor permeable, mold resistant, pest resistant, rot resistant, fire resistant, lightweight, highly insulative. It replaces 4 materials in the traditional construction process. So it goes much faster in the building process. This Z-panel here has a utility patent that's been issued on it because of the design. I don't need that anymore. So this is a Z-panel. So we know that it has some amazing benefits, but do people actually want it? we actually did a survey and we found that 69% of all people who intend to build a home said absolutely they would pay a premium price to have all of the benefits that the Z panel can deliver. Now, on a more general scale, 35% of all consumers said that they would pay a premium price again to have a product that is environmentally friendly. Remember how I said that this is made from hemp? I think I forgot to mention that it's actually carbon negative. So this product, it develops, or it has well-being for both the person and the environment. It serves both those purposes. And remember how I said also that people would pay a premium price? Well, you may be thinking, well, how much of a premium will this cost? How much will this increase my home cost? Not 100%, not 50%, 10%. So instead of building a $200,000 home, you'll build a $220,000 home. And most people would say, absolutely, I will do that to have all the benefits. I have a home that contributes positively to my well-being and contributes positively to the environment. It does both of those. As far as the market opportunity, green building materials is exploding. It is experiencing 11.7% year-over-year growth. This is really big. Oh, come on, clicker. Okay, so as far as our business growth strategy, I went too far. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is we are going to enter the U.S. residential market with a code-approved Z panel. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build a show home to showcase how beautiful this product could be. Then we're going to enter the commercial market, and if we capture just 0.1% of the U.S. residential market, 0.1% in 5 years, we'll be generating $42.2 million in revenue. At that point, we'll consider going global, commercial, or exiting. Thank you.
Thank you to Zach. Any questions?
Oh, yeah, questions.
Yeah, Zach, do you anticipate resistance from the builders who would use the material?
You know what? I've consulted with a number of contractors, and a lot of them say that they really like this product because there's not a large deviation from the current carpentry building process. Because it retains the traditional wood framing, a lot of them said, hey, that's pretty cool. That actually might speed things up.
Okay, thank you.
Zach, where are you at on the roadmap specifically?
So right now, we have a prototype that we know is functional. So, and I actually have a lot purchased for the show home, and we're also currently building a production facility. We need to obtain that technical evaluation report, so we'll do those two things simultaneously. We're going to build the show home, and then we're also going to begin pursuing this technical evaluation report so we can show that it meets code standards.
So that raises another question I have. How do you plan on scale production-wise?
Sure. So we have a few different options. We might license the product design, but initially we're setting up our manufacturing facility so that it's very modular. The part of the production process that takes up the most space is the drying of the Z panel to dry it out. We can do that by just simply adding on 40-foot drying containers. So it's kind of a modular production process.
Is your plan to go after the buyer of the homeowner or through the contractor?
Great question. So initially, homeowner. So I think when we're starting off, we really want to target that homeowner, but also the contractor. Long term, we definitely want to work through a distributor.
Are you looking at any like strategic development relationships as far as in the green space? The construction material I'm imagining is hemp.
Yeah.
Right, derivative or based. So that industry, as you know, is taking off in Wisconsin. So are you creating any of those strategic pipelines for your product as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just this last 2 months ago, September, I was able to work with a company that confirmed that they could get all my hemp here in the U.S. So specifically, I would love to get it locally. We're not quite there yet, not yet in Wisconsin, but I can at least say that the next Z panel will be built all in the U.S. This one here is made with hemp from the Netherlands. I don't like that. I'd rather source U.S. Yeah.
One more question.
One last question.
All right, one more question. So you said a couple of times that the buyer is willing to pay a premium. You said that a couple of times. Can you show that this premium pays for itself over time?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the key benefits of the Z panel is it is very highly insulative. So traditional walls usually have an R value, an insulation value of about 19. We're developing a version that'll have an R value closer to 24. So that means that over time, it'll absolutely pay for itself just in heating and cooling costs, for sure.
Thank you very much, Zach. So that wraps up all the pitches tonight. So round of applause for all of them. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to ask the judges to go to a secret hiding place, which is a conference room, so don't go look for them. They will go down the hallway. We will come back in no more than 10 minutes to find out who won, first, second, and the judges' choice. So judges, you guys can head off. Make sure you stay in the area. As I said, we'll be back in 10 minutes. There's food and drink up the back. Make sure you enjoy some of the food because there's plenty there. Beer from Titletown, one of our sponsors. Wine, beer, water, soda. So make sure you hang around. Thank you to everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. We're going to get started. Hello, hello. This one on? Okay. We're going to go and get started, so if you guys can please take a seat. Thank you very much. Sorry, the judges took a lot longer than expected. I know. I was trying to rush them along, but there was some heated debate, so I left pretty quick because something got thrown at me and I walked out. So, we do have some final answers, so we are going to have them come up. First off will be the judge's choice, then we'll do second place, and then first place. Everyone good with that? Okay. So, Bob, do you want to come up here? Bob. Surprise. Coming up. You. Yeah. Since you're up. So, Bob is up here because she is from New North, who has graciously helped provide the financial support to make tonight's event possible. Woo! So, the Judge's Choice Award, which goes to the pitch person. This was very heavily debated, I will say that. So, a huge congratulations to Blossom Baby for the Judge's Choice. Congratulations. Second place. I should announce one thing that I did not before, is all three of these will be going on to pitch at a December 3rd event. I originally announced it as 2. We have made it that all 3 will go on to pitch. So congratulations to Marissa from Blossom Baby. She will be able to go on and pitch at the December 3rd event. Second correction. So the next person who is in second place, I'd like to have come up is Zach from Stavia Building Systems. DJ Patomatic for the win. So because we like to keep everyone on their toes and keep things interesting, and as I said, it did get heated in that back room because the judges couldn't make a decision. Fancy that, entrepreneurs. We are announcing a 4th prize. Yeah. So there will be an additional $500, and this person will also be going on to pitch at the December 2nd event. So, I got to get the check. Hang on. Aussie ingenuity right there. Damn straight. So we are going to welcome up the additional judge's choice to Appies, Nicole. Patrick's over here now. Thank you. Congratulations. That was an audible. Change in strategy. And I do want to call out New North for supplying an additional $500 for Nicole to be able to get that. So thank you very much to New North. And you can blame the judges for not making a decision. So for first place, I'd like you to give a big round of applause to the divorcists. And I swear, the fact that she is Australian had nothing to do with it. I was not in it. No, I didn't. You're triple X. It's tricky. He moves around. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So again, thank you to all of our judges for coming out tonight and helping out these presenters with their pitches. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was great to see. And I hope from this you could see that the entrepreneur ecosystem in Green Bay is thriving. When people want to start a business, this is where they're going to come. What's Milwaukee? What's Madison? Ain't nothing compared to Green Bay. We've got everything happening in this area. Come up to Green Bay, start your business. We got it. Thank you everyone for coming out.